Welcome back, comrades, to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Obit Potato, and cast your eyes upon the steel mill that we have. I mean, it says it's in Oil Refinovsky, but I mean, I'm not really sure that it's technically within Oil Refinovsky. Anyway, that's a pedantic point that I'm not going to labor any further. The point that I really want to reinforce here is that in this episode we are going to be dealing with steel. Yes, at long last, we have finally arrived at a moment where I feel confident enough and fully researched enough to start turning our steel into stuff that is actually kind of really cool. So if we go into various industries, we can have a little look here. We can see that mechanical components factory. How much is that going to cost us? It's going to set us back 178 grand. 178 big ones. That's totally fine. That's not a problem. All right, I think our first port of call is to try and get this down somewhere. Now, I've had a couple of little ideas where we want to get this structure built. However, we need to consider it in the context of other stuff. So we want to get an electrical components factory and an electronics assembly hall. All of that stuff is stuff that we want. We want to get electronics. We want to get a car manufacturing facility. Car manufacturing facility is over here, and that requires a whole bunch of stuff. But the point is that we want to try and not get it done necessarily in the exact same area, but we want to set it apart from other industries, and we also want it to be near a population center. So I was thinking either this city here or this city here. Both would be fantastic receptacles for a mechanical components factory. I don't exactly know how much of these mechanical components that we're actually going to need. So I thought we could just give it a shot and see how it goes. Okay, so let's try and zone it first. See where we can put it. What's the height map looking like over here? It's not particularly friendly, but it's not too bad, to be honest. That was a bit trippy there as we zoomed in. Okay, mechanical components factory. Let's get this down. I've literally never ever built this before. What about? Is there any way that I can get it down without doing any terrain modification, just because it might be a little bit easier? Okay, so literally the only import that is required is the good old steel. That literally seems to be it. So if we go into, I think it is here. Yep, open storage medium. Yep, open storage medium is indeed what we are requiring of. And then I stick this down over here. How am I within range of a depot? I suppose the depot's not that far over that way, but I mean, still, that was a little bit unexpected. All right, let's plumb this in, see if we can make it work. Too sharp a turn. That's fine. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't expected. Have I literally just gone and built it in the exact same place right again? All right, it's fine. It's fine. All right, go do that. Move it back a smidgen. And link that up. Perfect. First time. All right, I'm not going to build it quite yet because I'm not really that bothered. So that's the mechanical components factory. It's going to come into there. I mean, theoretically, if we wanted to get another mechanical components factory, what would the likelihood of that look like? I mean, not necessarily a bad idea, to be honest, is it? I mean, at least we could sort of like future-proof ourselves for it. There we go. Okay, give that a shot. Yeah, this is going to be a exceedingly difficult too sharp a turn. It works. It absolutely works. Okay, so that's two mechanical components factory right there. Where do we store mechanical components? We don't store them outside. We store them in a warehouse. So a warehouse is indeed going to be the storage area of choice. Let's flatten this out. As I say, we're sort of trying to modularly construct this area, so we don't really have to worry about it ever. All right, and coincidentally, this will work quite nicely to fit in a road network. There we go. That's actually quite nice. All right, come down here. And the labor is going to be shipped in from this town. Although it's not really too much of a problem at the moment. We don't really need to worry about it. It's sort of on the outskirts. Yeah, you know, that's quite good. I mean, we still haven't done the railways, but that's all right. We'll get the railways in right now. Now, the railways. We are going to be building this with a view to also using this town in the future. I mean, certainly we're going to need to get students from this town, and we're also going to get students from this town, but more than that, this is undoubtedly going to become a production center as well, so we're going to need to keep that in mind. Not to mention the fact that we've now got 2 rail connections that are going to need to be connected. So I think probably the first port of call is to try and identify just a nice little route. A nice little route between our existing track network and where our track network is going. Okay. It's gonna get a little bit funky here, but that's okay. Can I perhaps just get like a train route to bypass this? Sort of something like this that just goes up the side here, and yeah, now we're talking. And just merge down, and we'll just never merge the track. And then that in itself will be one line there. And then the other line, which we're going to just double up, I think. Nope. Yep. Just going to double this up. Perfect. And then we'll hook it up at the other end in just a second. I just want to make sure that we cover all of the easy bits first. You know? Okay. That's looking pretty darn nice. It's going to cost us a lot of money, but that's okay. We're expecting a shipment of steel to go through at any moment, which is great. All right, so let's get the track to come round this way. We can have both lines go round this way. Is that not going to cross over here? Oh, that was a big old crash. We got a crash on our hands, folks. Apparently, you can't do that. That is out with the realm of possibility, and you shouldn't do that. So we found a little bug. I presume that happened because I'd already blueprinted the road. I presume so. Let's see if we can load up the most recent autosave. Who knows what's going to be on here? You live dangerously when you play with crashes. Okay, so it looks like everything bar our exquisite track. You're kidding, really? Literally everything but the track. Ay. Unbelievable. Okay, well, you know what? I guess there's no real loss to doing it again. We know exactly what we're gonna do. We literally want to run it super parallel to our road. There we go. This is a little bit of a worse track than the original one that I had in mind, but that's all right. It's got character, this one. All right, let's merge. No, demerge. Anti-merge, the exact opposite of a merge. Okay. There we go, come up here. Oh, no! How are you being difficult now? Oh, this is nonsense. We had this. We had it. We had it working so perfectly. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I'm pretty embarrassed right now, because this was working. It was working perfectly. Alright, I'm gonna just expand this out, because I can. I don't know if that's gonna make a tiny bit of difference. But sure. We'll give that a shot, and then merge together. Except don't actually touch each other. I'm talking to the tracks here. Alright, I'm not even going to try and cross the road. That seems like a bad idea. Alright. We'll just get a route back. This is the most higgledy-piggledy route I've ever seen. Alright, that's not even right next to the track. That in itself is awful. Okay. Good. Alright, we are still expecting that steel to arrive at some point. Let's just forgo the whole crossing point thing. There's no real reason to do that right now if we can avoid that. We don't actually need to. I mean, we kind of do need to, but it's not a big deal. We still need to cross over here. Yeah, that is unavoidable. Okay, and then hold on, I just need to work out. This track is going to be the track going there. So that's going to link up right there. Alright, it's looking pretty dodgy anyway, so let's take the opportunity to get rid of that. Alright, just take this both back. Yeah. And link that up there nicely. And this can come down here. And link up with this. I mean, it is literally the same track, but I mean, it is what it is. It looks nice. The problem with this is that this is going to cost me a heck of a lot of money. So much so that it's probably worth me putting in the signals right now so that I can ensure that there are no higgledy-piggledy issues with the track, even though the only train that's using this track at the moment doesn't even have a single bit of fuel. But that's alright. That's someone else's problem. Okay, so the track that is coming out this way, to be honest, I can always have the train. I was thinking in my mind that the train would come in this side, pick up here, and then head down. But there's no real reason that it has to do that. It can actually come... Right. It can actually come right there, yeah. I'm gonna also take that out like so. Just so that I have a rough indication of where the track is going to go. Okay, good. Yeah, so that way we don't do any track crossing in order to make this whole thing work, and it just ends up looking pretty decent. All right, I'm gonna attempt a crossing again. I am gonna save. I'm gonna attempt to save. That's not my naming convention. That's my naming convention. It's not a very interesting naming convention. Once you've made one YouTube series, you've pretty much come to the realization that generic names are usually the best. Okay, so that's gonna do like so. That worked. That worked fantastically well. I was a little bit apprehensive, as you can probably tell, but it worked out not too badly. I can barely see anything that I'm doing, and it's forever trippy because of this ludicrous, I tell you, night. Alright. Looking good. And then this is going to come around the back here. Like so. Like so. Like so. And like so. Alright, grand. That way we don't have any... doing it this way, sort of the trains entering from the bottom and leaving at the top means that we don't have any interference. We don't have any sort of tracks crossing over each other. I mean, that ends up looking pretty alright, to be honest. I'll take that. That's pretty alright. Now we need to think about buses, and we need to think about trains, and we need to think about all of this other stuff that we have previously not really had to worry about. I say previously not had to worry about. We've only not previously had to worry about in the context of steel. But now we're having to worry about it in the context of steel. Okay. So we got a steel mill over there. I mean, what's a steel mill? What am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about. I think we put a thing right here. A bus stop right there is what I mean. What is it with me and my words? A bus platform, a big old bus platform. How many people work in this factory? I didn't even check that. Maximum number of workers, 150. Does that warrant a big bus platform? Honestly, no. No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to try and put this as far back as I possibly can. There we go. That goes up there. That goes down there. Perfect. Now, you might be wondering how we're going to navigate this area. That's a pretty standard state of affairs by now. We're going to try our very best to clear the thing. Wait, hold up. What? That seems a bit too easy, really. Right, and we're just gonna absolutely abuse the game mechanics to allow us to make this happen. All right, do that there, and then that there. I mean, it's not pretty, but it does actually work. And then that gets connected up over there, and bada bim, bada boom. What do you know? You end up with a pretty good looking road network. To be honest, a pretty darn good looking road network. A new open car. That's quite nice. I'll take that any day of the week. Yes, please. Okay. Lots of people in this town. We need to try and make sure that we provide as many of the basic services as we possibly can to the glorious people of this town. It's going to be slightly irritating in the sense that providing for a town has never been my forte. Also, the entire coastline is ridiculously... Need a free constructor. It's ridiculously rocky. And also, the other half of town is just out of range of my bulldozers. My bulldozer depot. So we're going to do what we can. I'm going to try and create a little bit of artificial ground over here. Try and stick a few services over here. We also need to get power all the way down here. That in itself is going to be a challenge. Alright. Get this all cleaned up before we progress onwards. Yeah. Alright. Education related, sure. 100 workers without a job. Can't go to school because there is no school. Currently without power. I mean... where do we even start? Small store, shopping center, a small shopping center. That's not going to auto-build all that, is it? I hope not. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build this out. Build that out. Yep. Oh, you... Oh my god. It's going to do it. It's going to do it. It's going to build absolutely everything apart from the buildings, which is pretty much going to clean me out. There we go. Yep, just watch it all drain away. Yeah, I said pretty much clean me out. That was, I mean, that's pretty close to being cleaned out, isn't it? Alright, well, save me from my respite. Let's go have a look at what building's actually on fire. Is it connected to a fire station? I mean, there is a fire station nearby-ish. There is one over here, right? I'm sure there's a fire station over here. I'm sure I placed a fire station over here. Did I not place a fire station over here? Let me have a look. No fire trucks are coming to deal with the fire. Alright, so it turns like these people have got a hospital, but they ain't got no fire station. I mean, not an ideal combo. Not an ideal combo by any stretch of the imagination. Why don't I put a fire station right over here? That way, it can be next to the church, which is, of course, a wooden building and therefore more likely to catch fire than most other buildings. But, I mean, don't let that discourage you. Okay, and then... Yep, let's get that built. And then we'll buy a We need to buy a truck first, of course. I wonder, can the fire stations catch on fire? Also, can I buy an American truck? No. I say American. Can I buy a Western German truck? Right. 3 vehicles. Right. Fire station. Yeah, I get like 10% of the people. There we go. So that should be more than enough to get us going, to get us something. Building is without power supply. 1 firefighter. 1 firefighter is usually fine. Yep, and given that it's just next door, I'm sure we'll be totally fine. Do we have an ambulance at this hospital? Don't think we do. Do we have enough money for an ambulance? We sure don't. But at least we're putting the fire out. Citizens dead in the fire? Well, that's a bit of a bummer. That is certainly a negative. A big old negative. Do you know what's an even bigger negative? Is the fact that I've been cleaned out of cash. Totally cleaned out. Totally cleaned out of cash. I think I might have a solution here. I have... What the heck are you doing? Is that a gap in the track, or is that something else? What the... Is that actually a gap in the track? That is actually a gap in the track. How did this happen? How did I not notice this before? Was this just an accidental thing that I did? Oh, I'm auto-building that from rubles, so of course I'm not gonna have enough to do it. Right, funded out of dollars. See if that makes any difference. Right, has that been a massive sort of sticking point for people on the track? Oh my goodness, it actually is. I cannot simply... I can't believe that. I must have mucked something around. See, look, now you're out of fuel. And you're still gonna ride all the way. Also, I think I have as much livestock as I can possibly muster at this point, which means that I would need to do something about it. And that's what I was planning to do before I saw that horrific monstrosity. Right. Let the steel train get into the station. And that's going to be my savior. And then we can look at transporting the livestock literally to the border and just getting rid of them. I don't want to deal... Boxcar for livestock? Yeah, boxcar for livestock. I mean, we're gonna need lots of livestock transportation anyway, so doesn't matter whether we're using this train to, at the moment, go between the border and the livestock area. There we go. Perfect. All right. Ah, yes, you were previously on the steel task force. Carting steel around. Right. Go here. Load 100% of livestock. Wait until loaded. How much livestock can you actually carry? 300 tons? Okay, so more than the entire capacity of the pen. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. That was all of our steel, by the way, that we just sent into the sunset. But that's all right. I'm not worried. Not worried at all. What I am worried about is the fact that we've probably got loads and loads of oil. Yeah, loads and loads of oil. Probably too much of the stuff. And we can't actually produce any more of it because we don't have any oil trains waiting to pick it up and take it to be sold. How fantastic. How unbelievably fantastic. Anyway, okay, so that's that. That's that. Perfect. That's all linked up there. I mean... Yeah, are you not able to, like... Are you not able to just go somewhere to get refueled? Can I get you to go to a depot, maybe? Okay, so you have enough fuel to go to a depot. But you don't have enough fuel to go anywhere else. Alright, that's cool. I guess that's cool. You are going very slowly, though. That's probably because you're a slow old train, as opposed to any conscious game decision. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm wittering now. I need to get this train. I need to get this train. Where is this train that I'm talking about? It is indeed somewhere. Not that train. Not that train. Have you been filled up? Are you full of petrol? Great, you are. Where is it? Yes, the steel train. Steel train is going to go on a different mission. It's going to, instead of going over there, it's going to go right over here. And it's going to load steel directly into... To be honest, it could load steel into either. I guess this can be the... input and that can be the output. Maybe. Just feels more right, I guess. Anyway, let's, as soon as this is finished... Wonderful. Wonderful. Right, so, at the warehouse, we want to unload anything, wait until unloaded. You will literally just be unloading steel, though, so I'll leave that there. Perfect. And go and pick up the stuff. Okay, let's sort power in this area now. We do have some cabling around here. In fact, I think we have a... Yeah, we do actually have a power transformer over here. Split it all up and we have it all the way over here. I think that we probably just want to branch this again. If we get a medium voltage switch... Yeah, get a medium voltage switch. Right there. Yeah. Connect that up. Connect that up. I mean, it's going to be a mightily expensive cable. But I think it's what we got to do, right? Alrighty. Okay. And into there. Perfect. Seven a bit grand. Can just about afford that, I think. And the real question is, are we going to be able to find a nice central location for this substation? I think we will indeed be able to do just that. Alright. Let's see how much money I have left after this. Still enough, apparently. Still enough. So everything in this area should now have power. Probably not much power, but enough to be content. That's fine. So the next thing is getting the factory connections built, which apparently I just did by clicking on the button. Happy days. We need to get this next. That's going to cost 18,000 rubles. That's fine. I'm going to fund this with dollars so that we can get construction started right now. Same with that. Also, I don't really want to ever bottom out on Russian rubles ever again. Because if I do that, then that means that all of my stores stop working, because all of my stores at the moment are using Russian rubles, which just ain't great. Also, we need to get some facilities for these good people over here. Grocery store. Let's get a grocery store because it's way cheaper than a shopping center. It's less space efficient. There we go. That construction contract needs to be cancelled, and we need to fund it with dollars because I literally just explained how I wanted to make that whole thing work, and then I did the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. Okay, that is going to be a great little extra access area. Okay. Grocery store, yep. And a small store. Most importantly, what we should build absolutely straight off the outset is the bus platforms. Bus platform small or bus platform large. Either or, really. Both are very, very beneficial for me. So I'm going to get one over there, and then I'd love to get one over there. Is this going to be a possibility? Oh, no. There we go. All right, what about that? It looks like it might work. If I take back that path right there. Footpaths, cancel all the footpaths. Yeah, the reason that I need to get rid of that footpath is because I just don't think it'll connect up. Yeah, it won't connect up without removing that footpath there. But that's fine. That looks good. We'll build that with dollars as well. We'll build this with dollars. This is gonna... It's gonna tank my dollar economy. but I think that's a price that I'm going to have to live with. Yeah. Wowzers, that's a lot of dollars going down the drain right there. And I'm out of rubles as well. Didn't really want nor expect that to happen, but hey-ho. Okay, we don't have a power supply over here. I'd completely forgotten to think about getting a power supply for the city as a whole. Makes me a bit of a bad dictator, but that's fine. I mean, can I get away with just one supply? Oh, surely this isn't going to work. Oh, it would be so good, though. It would be so good if there was just a place in the center of town where I could make this work. Surely there must still be some prime real estate left. I think I want to take this path out over here. Yeah, if I take this path out, it should give me more than enough space. Alright, doesn't necessarily need to be connected by road to anything. Oh, come on. You know you want to. You're so close. I mean, it says that it'll work, but I'm really unconvinced that that will work because there is probably going to be buildings in the way. That, unbelievably, will work. All right. I mean, that's workable. I'll take that. That's real good. That's real good. Okay. Put a medium voltage switch in over here. Auto build dollars. Yep. Smash that in there. Great. I mean, I know I am paying a premium. That's the price you pay for, you know, using dollars. Distance between the poles is too far. Alright, let's try and skirt around the edge here, because I'm conscious of the fact that I'm probably going to be expanding my educational facilities or whatever in this area. Right. Link that up. Building in the way. Building is in the way. There we go. Alright. So, I've spent more thousands of dollars on this than I ever truly expected. One more ain't gonna hurt. There we go. Okay, we all have power now. Fantastic. That makes everyone instantly happier, which is great. We need to get a vehicle depot. We need to get some Russian money in order to, well, first of all, prevent revolt in our cities. Do I have any oil trains that are on the way to the border by any chance? Oh god, that's the crop train back again. It's just begging to be electrified, that bit of area. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, go there. What the heck? How? What are you doing? Turn around. First of all, you're on the wrong track. What the heck? What the heck is going on here? Oh, I see what's happened. I see what's happened. I've doofed this up. This needs to be... Hold on a minute. What have I done? Yeah, so that is the road back, but the road there needs to be branched off from this one right here. That's my bad, honestly. Right. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And now you should be much less confused, which is great. Anyway, that doesn't really answer my question. The question that I had was, where's all my money gone? Okay, you've got a lot of livestock. I need the livestock right now. Just go and deal with that. Right, is there a train arriving at the border anytime soon? Literally anytime this sort of half century, maybe next 10, 15 years. I don't understand where all my oil trains have gone. Looks like one of them has just finished being refueled. This one has actually just finished being refueled. And meanwhile, all this time, all of my shops are freaking out at the moment because none of them will have any food. He says as he fails to click on a shop. There you go. Some of the goods that we're selling are missing. Yep. And that's going to make everyone upset. Yep, one citizen was not able to get food. Yep. Straight up a problem. Straight up a big old problem. Alright, well, one of the oil trains is going to arrive fairly soon. We've also got the meat train. Train carrying 250 tons of livestock. That's probably my next best bet. It'll be interesting to see how much of the 50,000 rubles, or 51,000 rubles, we actually get when this arrives at the border. That'll show us how much our payments are need to be backdated. All right. It's the first time. This is the first animal delivery of livestock at the border. Let's see. Out of 51,000 rubles, how much do we get? Wow, okay. So, we were basically 10,000 rubles in debt. Basically 10,000 rubles in debt. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. That's a totally reasonable amount to be in debt. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, and look at that. That's all. It's all looking pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, everything's looking fine in Meatski, but also in Grainski. It's all looking good, in fact. Okay, you've got more crops. Fantastic. Great. Alright, so we just need to rely on the oil trains, really, to give us that little bit of extra boost. I am going to tell you to go to the warehouse, because I want to move that steel across right now. Even though you're not on a full load, I know it's a bit wasteful, but that's fine. I also want to get a route set up. Oh, goodness gracious me. It looks like some people are going to just walk here. Alright, wonderful. No school, no kindergarten, no pub. Right, we can fix some of those things right now. With dollars, of course. Nope. Maybe we can't, actually. Maybe I lied. Maybe we can't. We can definitely get a pub out this way. Sure. Alright, sure, whatever. We can auto-purchase goods in Russian currency or Soviet currency. Oh. There we go. We got it. And one more. In this vicinity-ish area. I mean, that's just not gonna fit, is it? I mean, if I ditch this... If I was to demolish their house for a pub/tavern, do you think they'd be... annoyed at me? Residential buildings are full. I mean, any residential buildings that aren't full, perhaps? I mean, there's one in there, for example. Right, ditch that. And we're going to stick a pub right in the center of town. And it's going to be the greatest pub. The greatest pub that the people of this here place have ever seen. Alright, so that's pubs taken care of. That's real good. Bus stops. I mean, don't really have any need for bus stops at the moment. If people are just going to be able to walk to where they need to go. So that's kind of nice. I guess I'll take that. It's quite good. 174 people. I mean, I feel this is a real waste of, some engineering potential. But the problem is that this entire industry is reliant on another industry working perfectly. So we should probably take a little bit of a look at our steel production and see how that's going. It's not going too badly, to be honest. I mean, it all looks all right. I mean, we could certainly do with more workers over here. Should I reallocate the... Okay, everyone goes to Refinovsky Steel Mill. And let's try and split it like 50-50. Let's divvy the workers up a little bit more evenly, with a view to perhaps just creating a little bit more steel. We only create a maximum of 40 tons per day, so it's not actually a super large amount. The other issue is that we don't really have enough coal coming in here. We need quite a lot of coal. Yeah, we consume more coal than we do iron, even at the best of times. And, I mean, coal is certainly in much higher demand than almost literally anything else. In fact, let me take that back. Coal is in much higher demand than literally anything else. Alright, one of my oil refineries is on fire. Is it a good one? Are we gonna get lucky with this? It looks like yes we are. I like this plan, by the way, of just slowly but surely, sort of whenever I can be bothered, whenever there's a fire, you know, just fixing up a couple of oil refineries here and there. I'm gonna do a couple of extra right now because I'm feeling kind of fancy. Infrastructure's in the way. I don't know. It says that there's infrastructure in the way. Is there actually infrastructure in the way? No, I'm not super worried about that. All right. So just, I don't know, get, yeah, 20 workers or whatever. Let them get to work, and I'm sure they will do a stellar firefighting job. Fire truck's called and is headed. Great stuff. All right, cool. I'm so confident that I'm not even gonna think about it. Anyway, the point that I was gonna make about the steel mill earlier is that we need a little bit more coal. We just need more coal, and I don't know how we get more coal. Especially if we're putting way more people into sort of working the mill. Yeah, which we definitely are. What the heck is happening here? What the heck is happening here? What in... What is the issue? I think this must be a bug because there is literally nothing... There's literally nothing here. If I replace that, is it going to clear up? I mean, that's really, really irritating if that keeps happening, which it apparently does. It's been waiting there for a while. There's no workers on that train. All right. Anyway, where's my iron train? It must be getting somewhat close to turning resources into steel. Oh, it's right here. Oh no, wait, hold on. It can't be at this. It cannot store. Need at least two. Yeah, we store steel in open storage yards. Oh, silly me. That's pretty stupid. Right, unload 100% of anything. Wait until unloaded. Go there. Leave that there. Perfect. All right, silly me. That was particularly silly, particularly daft. You're gonna get lost because, of course, I've set it up. I've set it up wrong. Okay. Yep. That right there. Building from dollars. Sure. Build out a little bit. Build out a little bit that way. Sure. Just to make sure we're all good. And that is single directional. Single directional. And that is back the way. And that's back the way too. Okay, that should... Oh, no. You're not going to have to go all the way around, are you? Oh, my God, you are. Is there not anyway? There is figuratively and literally no way. Oh, goodness gracious me. Alright, fine, if you must. I suppose I must pay for my mistakes. It is an inevitability. Well, at least by the time the train gets back around, it's gonna have a lot more steel to pick up. Anyway, I've just been bumping my gums whilst things are not exactly getting any better. I mean, our steel situation really is... I mean, it's very, very coal negative right now. You could say that we need more coal. Right, I mean, is it possible? Is it just possible that I could get another coal ore processing plant? Is that even a possibility? I don't know if that's stupid or not, but, I mean, a coal ore processing plant over here? I mean, to be honest, it seems kind of stupid, but I actually think that we could make this work. The question is, do I really want to? I think the answer is absolutely yes. So before I get apprehensive about it, let me just do it. Right, there we go. Coal ore processing plant. I mean, this is going to be the furthest out thing that I've built yet. And I really need to keep this bridge here because I've literally rebuilt this bridge about 50 stinking times. Okay, so I'm going to try really hard to keep that bridge because it is pretty darn important. But I really do need more coal processing power. Nothing. Not even if I get rid of this line or move this line a little bit. I think that's what I have to do. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Right, very, very expensive. Very, very expensive. Totally... I mean, I say totally unrequired. I mean, it is definitely required. Because we need more space. And without the removal of this bit of track, specifically right there, we ain't gonna have enough space. So let's just pray and hope that this ends up working. Okay. Because if not, I've wasted a bunch of time, a bunch of money for pretty much no gain. Right, and I just wasted a bunch of dollars for pretty much nothing there either. Okay, don't auto-build with dollars. We'll make a judgment call on what we think would be best. Right, cool. Get that in place. Now, next thing. Can I get... I don't suppose by some miracle this conveyor is just going to want to go directly from there to there. Tell you what, it does actually look like it would maybe get kind of close. Okay. That is, I'm shocked. I am utterly gobsmacked at how that actually works. Okay, now, can I get this to connect up over here by any chance? Yeah, this is gonna be really, really tough. Okay, I would like to try something here. Must go from input to output. I mean, that's going to be the real difficulty here. Because we simply do not have many more input sections. And I don't think I can... I can't adjust where I want this to go. No, so I can only have one... I can have as many outputs as I want, but I can only have one input active at once. Okay, I mean, Give me some time to think. Hold on. Fire destroyed a building? What? I didn't even realize that a fire had consumed that building. Given that it only affects two pumps, I'm going to make the executive decision to not care about that right now, in lieu of dealing with much more important issues. Yeah, okay, so that is that. That's sorted. That's great. I mean, is there a... There's not a... And that's output over there. I mean... Input over here? I mean, I don't suppose I could perhaps muck around with this to make it work a little bit better. I do have another option, and I think the other option is becoming somewhat more appealing. I think I just make another train aggregate loading here. And another sort of entire aggregate storage in itself. The reason that I think I do that, as I'm sure you're about to gather, how is this not within range of a construction office? All right, auto build from dollars, sure. Right. And then don't auto build from dollars. I think you can see where I'm going with this, folks. You can see precisely my line of thought. My line of thought is that if I've already ditched this bit of track all the way up to there, perfect, then I can get a new aggregate storage right over here. And then I can get another, not to be turned on at the moment, I would hasten to add, but I can get another coal ore processing plant to work in a very, very similar fashion. Right about here. Yeah. Right about there. What's the issue with this? Oh, there we go. That's perfect. All right, cool. I want to make sure that we've got all of the sort of capacity in place for this to all work. So, do that there, sure. Building is in the way. Must admit, I am somewhat confused. All right, some of these things are being built. Not over the moon about that. Yeah. That in place there, and then I guess we'll just get that in place in there if that doesn't work. Buildings in the way, fine, whatever. This area doesn't have power either, so that's going to need to be done in due course, but that's fine. This has got to work straight away, right? Yeah. No issues whatsoever there. All right, and then one more engine transfer right over here, I think. Yeah, maybe a little bit further forward. Squeak it further forward. Is that maybe just a bit too close? It is indeed. I guessed it. I guessed it correctly. So take that back. Suspend construction. Yep. Unpause and get rid of that too. Try again. Right there. And that doesn't quite work, although it is very, very close, like freakishly close to working. Right. That's also quite close to working. I swear we will get there. Right, what about that? A little bit further. Just a little bit further. Right, now this is going to work. A little bit more this way. little bit more that way. Oh, goodness gracious me. It's so close to working. I know I keep on saying that, but it really is. Okay, that there. Hey, it works. Fantastic. And that is going to work as well. That's great. And this actually presents us with a lovely opportunity to get another one over here at some point, which we can do if we want to. So that's going to be quite nice. I mean, I don't really want to build that right now, as you can probably tell. Let's just start construction and just sort of forget about it, because that's just going to be a massive pain to deal with in the future. We still need to finish out with the train aggregate loading, which will now be done from here. In fact, it's probably best if we have it. Probably best if we try and have it over here. Yeah, the reason that I think we try and have it over here is because that way we can still all run the trains through a sort of central processing area system. I'm just sort of thinking aloud here on how this is supposed to work. Okay. Yeah, so that goes there. So I'm thinking that maybe we do, because I don't really want the trains to travel all the way up here and then all back around. Kind of be better if they traveled up through this way, through here, up here, and then sort of broke formation right about there. Yeah, we give it plenty of sort of runway room. Yep. And then that goes in there. Perfect. This is not going to work, is it? No, I can just tell. Sometimes I can just tell when it's not going to work. I just have a funny feeling. Alright, give it a side-to-side swiggle. That is the technical term, before you ask. Alright, and then we pull this out there, and then that goes there like so. And then we quite simply... Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. Great. Quite simply, you do this, that, merge, come down here, stay roughly on the same corner, and then merge in over there. And with that, we should be able to make this whole system work. And this will basically double the amount of coal processing facilities that we have. Double the amount of our coal storage facilities as well, which is quite important. The only slight issue is perhaps getting this to link up. Building is in the way. Overlaps with existing construction. Does it? Building is in the way. I mean, I'm going to have no difficulties doing this with an engine transfer. It seems that this building is just a little bit of an irritation, that one. All right, we'll ditch that. And we are going to go with a further along conveyor engine transfer. That cabling is kind of unhelpful, to be honest, but it's alright. We can get around that by just doing some fancy terrain modification. Not super difficult. And, yep, something like that. And just like so, overlaps with existing construction. That will be the cabling. I'm going to build that specifically to avoid faffing around with the cabling again, because I don't want to deal with that at all. Building is in the way. What? What building is in the way? Alright, this time for real, though. Straight up, let me cancel this, please. Right. Now, this time for real, though. Great. Happy days. Okay, so that is literally everything that we need in terms of conveyor belts. This is going to be... Whoa, boy, this is going to be expensive. This is going to be expensive. All of these buses are now perpetually lost. Okay. You can progress onwards. There's no reason for you to be holding back the traffic here. This bridge can come down because, I mean, there's no reason for it to exist anymore. But, I mean, is there any way that we can perhaps get a bridge to, like, bridge over this nonsense area? I mean, crossing's not allowed. I mean, I know a crossing's not allowed, but... I mean, if it was to be allowed, what I'm saying is that would it be possible to get a bridge? Would it be possible to get a bridge over this? Angle of connection is too sharp. I think that this conveyor belt is just too darned high. It's just too darned high. Unless I can make this bridge work again, and then fix it up with another bridge, and then a third bridge. Unbelievably, I mean, how does that become our best option? It's not really our best option, to be honest. Although I feel that it would actually be suitable. Right, let me hypothetically look at this again. Some other infrastructure's in the way. Yeah, alright, this bridge is once again off the menu. Alright, it's become unappetizing in extremis. Okay, we can maybe get something directly through here. No. Not possible to do that. I mean, can we bridge over that? Not really. I mean, we can sort of go around, I guess. The real issue is that I don't really want to be... This just looks like a... See, look at the length of this. Look at the length of this drive now. This is gone from... I mean, a short drive from here, up, round, directly through here, to there, to all the way up here now. I mean, that's sort of inevitable, I guess. But it's also kind of sucky. Just not ideal. Alright, well, I guess we'll get it built, and that should unconfuse a whole bunch of buses. They should now be able to get exactly where they need to go. I'm just sort of a little bit apprehensive about what I build in what order. But, I mean, this is a really, really big new investment. I mean, this is not what I was expecting to do. But it's what we have to do, right? If we want to get steel production up and running. And I don't think we've built a single mechanical part in the entirety of this episode. That is absolutely classic orbital potato fashion right there. Where's my steel train? I mean, I don't even know where it is. Oh, it's filling up with petrol. Filling up with diesel, whatever. How are we doing in terms of buildings without a power supply? What? What? Resources missing, power. Is that because there was a delay of buses? It was because there was a delay of buses. Sometimes to be expected, but usually never. Slightly irritating, but that's fine. All right, well, we're gonna get that back together. We need to, quite frankly. We don't have any other option. This is the best that we've got, at least for now. It's probably worth bringing one of these online. 191,000 rubles, sure. I mean, this is going to be a ludicrously expensive project. 30,000 rubles, another 30,000 rubles. Let's go into conveyors. Let's tell all these conveyors just to sort of start construction, but don't actually spend any money on them. I mean, this is an expensive project. I mean, on top of an already unbelievably expensive set of projects. Okay, well, the coal is working. We need to we need to get a bus platform over here. A small bus platform, I guess. I wasn't even thinking about the extra man. Man? I wasn't even thinking of the extra men that we have to bring in order to make this objective complete. Right. Okay. That goes right in there. Alright, perfect. Is that within walking distance of that bus stop? That is indeed within walking distance. But also, ironically, within working distance as well. Okay, everything is going completely mad over here. There's too few sellers. No one works at the cinema. No one works at the pub. No one works. A couple of people work at the bus platform. No one works occasionally some people work at the shopping center. Right. Buy 2 people to see if we can try and get some workers in this area. I don't know. It seems like if a town doesn't get to like a critical mass, then you're in trouble. You know? If you don't have critical mass, then there is just gonna be issues. There's gonna be some issues. All right, we need to get some more buses sorted out as well. Buses to do the transport. I'm literally just hoping that we can. 1, 2, 3. Sure, we'll get 3 buses. It's probably overkill, but that's fine. Okay, get in, get out. Yeah, 3 buses is almost certainly overkill. I'm hoping that I can see this steel being transformed into mechanical components today. That's what I'm hoping for. That's literally all I want for Christmas. That's literally it. That's literally it. Yeah. All right, and then we can start processing more coal, which is going to be great. Literally 1 guy. All right, fantastic. Oh no, it's more than 1 guy. How many guys is it? It's 2 guys. They're going to have a whole plant to themselves. How wonderful is that? The building is without a power supply. I mean, that's fine. That's a price that I'm perfectly willing to bear. It's gonna just start sort of refreshing more coal and start processing more coal in time. It's gonna take a while, but it will get there. What I worry about is that everyone is sort of... I mean, there is no one to do anything here. No one is able to visit a pub. No one is able to visit a tavern. Right, bring down the number of people working at a bus stop. Put it down to like 20%, sure. And see if we can import more people. Because goodness knows I need them. I know we've talked before about moving people around town. But gosh darn it, I need people. Right, I mean this year, look, our population is... I mean, it's fluctuating. It's fluctuating in a bad way. It's not great. Not great at all. To be honest, it's kind of a little bit unfair to ask this tiny little town to supply all of the manpower that we actually need. It's a pretty tiny town, and it's got a pretty important role. But it's only going to become more important, so we need to make sure that we get this area properly looked after, I must say. Right, no one can visit a hospital, no one can visit anything. No one can get access to food. Everything is a disaster, apparently. Why? Why must this happen? I mean, these people are liars. You can definitely get food. Maybe not access a hospital. Or a fire station, if there is a fire near your home. But that's, you know... That's life. That's life. Sometimes, you know, your house gets burnt down. It's a sad truth. Yeah, we're missing coal and we're missing a power supply. How is that? How does that keep happening? Because we're missing the resource of coal. Well, color me utterly utterly disgusted. Sometimes this happens when it's just two coal trains and they fight over the same resources. It's really not good. It's very, very not good. And that's the whole point of having... That's literally the entire point of having more than one coal area. Coal processing area. But as I say, double the capacity, it's definitely going to make the difference. Has our train arrived over here yet? It has, actually, and we've started making mechanical components. Okay, 57 tons. 57 tons of mechanical components. What? So it produces 15 tons from 22 tons of steel. I mean, what's that 57 tons worth? Just out of curiosity. If I pay the border guard a little bit extra, is he going to give me a good price? 830? And what is the steel that I was looking at? It's double the price of steel. It's double the price of steel. Hold up here. Hold up. It's double the price of steel, but it basically produces a sort of similar ratio, i.e., it doesn't produce 22 tons of steel, but it produces 15 tons of mechanical components. That is a pretty good working ratio, actually. Yeah, that is real good. That is actually legit fantastic. Alright, so the train is still over here. It's got 69 tons of steel. Alright, you know what? Can you pick up... Oh, you can't pick up mechanical components. If you could, I would have asked you to go and pick up mechanical components and make it all work. What the heck is going on here? Oh, there's no power. No, there's no power. Of course not. Of course not. Because, of course, now that there is no power anywhere, the whole system comes crumbling down, and we need to actually import our power in order to get our power network kick-started. Can you believe that? Is this some sort of a sick joke? Apparently so. It's just needed for a second, but, I mean, ugh. What a joke. Building is without a power supply, and now there's no workers. Well, 2 workers should be arriving pretty darn soon. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. However, this is a pretty darn good discovery, actually, over here. I didn't realize that it was as favorable a ratio as it actually is. That's going to work very, very well. I mean, I'm sure people are going to start to move out as everyone starts to get really unhappy and really, really irritated with me. But for now, everyone seems pretty happy, to be honest. I do need to sort this gravel area, Gravelgrad, but it's fine for the most part. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine for the most part. Nothing too much to complain about. I do want to get the track electrified, but that's gonna take time. I'm chucking all of these people. I'm chucking so many people into steel production, and it's just not going anywhere. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna pump it back up to the oil refinery. Yeah. Pump it back up to the oil refinery, and we'll split 50-50 the people going into the steel mill. We just have too many people going into the steel mill, and we're just not making enough money. And the oil refinery is... I mean, it's our primary moneymaker. We really can't afford to not have a good amount of money coming from oil. Right, buildings without a power supply, of course. There we go. Oh, wait, hold up. Did I reconnect this power supply, actually? I didn't, I don't think. I did not reconnect this power supply. Huh, alright. Well, I will do that right now, even though I thought I did earlier, but apparently that was not the case. Okay, so the power supply is here. That's really quite easy to do, actually. Alright. Now we should get loaded on up. Alright, maybe that was the issue before. Maybe I was blaming... the power plant for a power issue that was created solely by me. To be honest, Wouldn't put that past me. Yeah, we need more workers. We need way more workers over here. Let's reduce to the iron processing plant and sort of pummel more and more people into processing coal. If at all we can. Yeah, we need way, way more workers over here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so more people should mean some more people to do the jobs around town. Let's sort of try and split the jobs evenly. There's no point in just having people sort of degrade and just sort of leave town if they don't want to stay here. You know, we're buying them in for a very specific purpose, and we need them to stay and help out. So we bought a lot more people in. We got a lot of staff at pretty much every possible area. We could build a hospital if we wanted to. I did build a church, didn't I? Pretty sure I built a church. Well, there's a church already there, but I mean, I can build another one. Apparently, I can't build another one. There we go. Cheat mode activated, even though don't use it for anything apart from spawning in churches. Can you believe that? What a lame use for cheat mode, eh? Right, build that right there. Literally 430 rubles. What a bargain. Yeah, so a church, and no one can visit a tavern. I mean, there is literally a tavern right next door. I would encourage everyone to chill out. Take there, go there. Does it not allow them to go to the pub if I don't say go to the pub? I thought it was just working. Yeah, I thought it was just working. All right, who knows? I'm not entirely sure why it still says that citizens are unable to go to the pub, because as far as I'm concerned, that's all good with me. All right, well, you know, we've got a lot more spending to do in the downtime between episodes. I think probably what I'm going to do is get all of this sorted for the time that you come back, dear viewer. So we'll have to see what happens. So, we're almost ready to start making cars. We've got mechanical components. We just need to get the electronic components. We also need to get fabric, and we need to get chemicals, I think, and plastic, maybe. Okay, so maybe we're not actually that close, but it certainly feels like we're a significant step closer, especially after adding sort of this production area in this episode for mechanical components. So I think we're going to get good mileage out of this area. Good mileage out of this area. And yeah, I think we're going to be able to scale it up over time. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the next episode. As I say, I'm going to let things run for a little bit, let our cash reserves build up, and you know, build all of that stuff that I've basically planned out in this episode. So I do hope you'll join me then, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.